What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing this evening? Man, Gamecock Chuck is back. Got a video for you guys. It's the best time of the year, right? It is that time of year, the best time of the year of all. And I'm not talking about Christmas. I'm talking about college football season. It is game week, right? The Gamecocks are preparing for Old Dominion Saturday. Tune into this channel tomorrow night. I'll give a little preview of that matchup, do a live show. My buddy, Rooster Man, the Gamecock Grind with Rooster. He may or may not join me, so y'all stay tuned. Come hang out with us. Bring your questions and everything, as we're going to talk a little bit about that matchup this weekend. It's going down in Williams-Brice Stadium, so do that. Also, hit that like and subscribe button to this video. Liking these videos gets them out there to the YouTube algorithm and puts them in front of more Gamecock fans. And the more it reaches, the more opportunity I have of growing this channel, and I appreciate you all so much. Like I said, it's the best time of the year, right? It is the best time of the year. Football season is upon us. Week 0 is in the books. This past weekend, Florida State went to Ireland and got beat by Georgia Tech. That was pretty much the marquee matchup, I guess you could say, for the weekend. And that was about it. I mean, there was a couple other games. SMU, they squeaked out a win over Nevada. Montana State squeaked out a win over New Mexico. And who was the fourth one? It was another team that I didn't do so well on the pick. I can't even think of who it was now. But either way, there was a couple games this past weekend. But the big ones are coming up this weekend. It's week 1 is upon us, like I said. Tonight we're going to talk depth chart. That's right, South Carolina released this depth chart today. I want to know y'all's opinion. I want to know your thoughts. Is there any shockers on there? Is there any surprises? Anything that you guys see out of the ordinary? Get in the comment section. That's valuable, right? Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking just by looking at the depth chart. My initial thoughts just looking at it. And I saw somebody on X a little while ago put a side-by-side comparison of this year's game 1 or first week or game 1 depth chart versus last year's game 1 depth chart. I'm seeing some depth on here, guys. I am seeing some depth, some veteran depth on this roster. I don't see a whole lot of oars with repeating names, like at defensive tackle or edge or wide receiver or whatever. I see multiple names at each starting position. Yeah, there's some oars on there as well, but the point is I'm seeing a lot more depth on this chart today versus last year's opening day depth chart. No surprise in some areas. The one thing that really stuck out to me, and somebody else mentioned this as well, Juju McDowell. They got Juju McDowell listed as right behind Rocket Sanders as the I guess the number 2 running back, or Oscar Attaway. My initial thoughts on that is let's be honest. I mean, I really like Juju. He is an ultimate Gamecock, right? Just like what's his name was Luke Doty. The Kerryon Joyner, right? He's been there, been through the ups and downs, the highs and lows, or whatever. Been injured, but he's not our between the tackle running back. In my opinion, I think Oscar should have been there, and then or Jawarn Howell. That's just my take on that. I could be totally wrong. Like I said, I like Juju. He's like out of the backfield, catching the ball, getting explosive out on the edge, on the perimeter. He's not no in-between tackle running back, right? He just don't fit that style. 5'9", 184 pounds. Yeah, that's not a between the tackle running back, unless we got some offensive line that's going to part that defense like the Red Sea. I mean, that's the only way he would survive running between the tackles. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, that stuck out. And then the kickoff return. If you guys noticed that, we got Juju McDowell back there, kickoff return, along with Nick Harbor, our explosive track star, right? looking forward to seeing him back there. I want to see what he can do if he gets an opportunity. With the way the kickoffs have been going, they always go through the back of the end zone or too deep for the return. So it'll be interesting to see if somebody kicks it short and if he can get his hands on it, see what he can do. That's exciting right there. Like I said, no other surprises in my opinion. Well, let me go back. Well, I'm looking at the roster here or the depth chart. Another thing that stuck out, there was a lot of buzz, a lot of hype surrounding our freshman, our 5-star freshman defensive edge guy, Dylan Stewart. However, he is not listed as the starter according to the depth chart. They got Jatius Gear listed, or Brian Thomas Jr., and then Dylan Stewart. Not saying he won't get into the game, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I think he's going to get in there, see some action. It's just I was kind of, with all the buzz, all the hype surrounding him in fall camp, I would have thought he would have been listed number 1 there with Jatius and then Brian Thomas Jr. But like I said, he is going to see the field. If he don't see the field, I will be shocked in this game this Saturday. As far as the starters, this is what I got just based off this depth chart. Of course, Lenore Sellers, he's going to be leading the way as the quarterback. Rocket Sanders, he'll get the first snaps at running back. Depends on if they go with 2 tight ends or what. Josh Simon and Brady Hunts are your tight ends. You got Michael Smith listed behind Joshua Simon. So we're going to see that young freshman as well. It's hard to keep good talent off the field. I'm thinking we're going to see him for a couple plays. We'll see though. As far as wide receiver, if you go by just the list in the first name, I mean that's the way I'm going to take this depth chart. You got Jarrett Brown in one wide receiver position, Gage Larbadan, and Dre Jacobs, right? The explosive wide receiver transferred in from Florida State. So basically, we got all 3 transfers out there as far as the wide receiver position, if it holds true to what this depth chart says. So that's, barring any other changes that, Coach Beamer or the staff has between now and Saturday. As far as the offensive line, a couple names, or at least one name on there that kind of, I guess you could say I'm surprised, but at the same time I'm not. Right tackle, got Kason Henry going out there first. Right guard, Torselli Simpkins, to transfer from North Carolina Central. Rashawn Lee is manning the center position. Kamar Bell, left guard, the young man that transferred in from Florida Atlantic. And the left tackle, Josiah Thompson. Kind of shocking there. Well, like I said, I'm not really shocked, but at the same time, a little surprised, I guess you'd say. But, I mean, he beat out Tree Babalade for that position. But like I said, we're going to see some of these other guys backing these up. I'm pretty sure we're not going to roll the whole game with these 5, all game. I'm pretty sure Coach Beamer and the staff will, get some fresh bodies in there, keep some fresh bodies in there, get some other offensive linemen in there to kind of, get the blood flowing, get the juices going, get the season kicked off right, and get a feel for the offense. But Josiah Thompson, like I said, is left tackle. Tree Babalade behind him. Let's see here. Behind Kamar Bell, they got listed Marquis Anderson coming off of an injury. So hopefully he's healed up, and I'd like to see him out there. Had great hopes for that guy last year. And first game, I think it was, he got injured. So we shall see. Hopefully he's 100% and can make an impact on this game. As far as the center, we got Ryan Brubaker backing up Rashawn Lee. Right guard, you got Trayvon Ball going along with Torselli Simpkins. Backing up Kason Henry, got Jatavius Shivers, however you want to say that. And as far as offense, that's what the offense looks like as far as starter. We're gonna see some other wide receivers. Let's don't get too caught up in the 3 that I mentioned. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Mazio Bennett, the electric freshman that Coach Beamer and everybody's been pumping up and praising during fall camp. We'll see him out there. We'll get to see some Luke Doty, probably more likely. Nick Harbor, he'll be out there as far as the wide receivers as well. Tyshawn Russell, a redshirt freshman. No, he's a sophomore. I think he played more than 4 games last year, but he'll be out there. He's the one that caught that big old 50-yard touchdown pass in the back corner of the end zone from Sellers last year. So we'll probably see a healthy group of wide receiver, or a good group of wide receiver run out there. I don't think it's going to be just limited to these 3. I think we're going to be some mixing and matching, getting some fresh wide receivers out there, and see what everybody can do, right? See where everybody's at as far as the playbook and everything. Switching over to the defense, this is what I got as compared to the depth chart that they released today. One edge, Kyle Kennard, he's going to man one side. Tonka Hemingway, defensive tackle. Boogie Huntley, the other one. That one kind of. Well, let's go back. I think I would venture to say Kyle Kennard would start on the edge. However, they got Gilbert Edmonds. So, not to say Gilbert ain't going to come in, or Dez Yuka. They got him listed behind both of them guys. Defensive tackle, you got Tonka Hemingway or TJ Sanders. I think Tonka's going to get the start just by looking at this. But I wouldn't be surprised to see TJ roll out there as well. Then you got Monkel Goodwine, the transfer from Alabama. He's out. He's going to come out and play too. Like I said, the other defensive tackle, you got Boogie Huntley, Nick Barrett, or DeAndre Jules, the transfer to come over from Pitt. So the other edge, this, like I said, this is the one that kind of was a little shocker. They got Jatius Gear or Brian Thomas Jr., and then they got Dylan Stewart. But don't get too wrapped up in the first name, because they talked about hockey shifts and getting in fresh bodies. So I would venture to say we're going to see everybody rotate in there in some way, in some group, right? However they got it planned out. Clayton White, his defensive staff, how they got everybody, who they want to rotate in with who, and whatever gives them the best fit on the field. Linebacker, I got Bam Martin Scott rolling out there first, but they got it Bam Martin Scott or Demetrius Knight Jr., the young transfer from Charlotte. And then they got Fred J.R. Johnson, another true freshman. They got him listed third as far as the middle linebacker. Then the weak side linebacker got Debo Williams, no surprise there. Led the team in tackling last year. Bengali Kamara, another transfer. And then you got Mo Kaba, right, coming back from an injury. I was kind of hoping he would get a start at one of these positions, but I see the staff holding him out, trying to be precautious. Like I said, he is coming back from an injury, so he's had a rough go at South Carolina. But he will see the field. I would be shocked if Mo did not get on the field. At the nickel spot, we got Jalen Kilgore. I always want to say Jalon. Jalen Kilgore at the nickel position. Backing him up is Kelvin Hunter or Jalewis Solomon. Cornerbacks, we got O'Donnell Fortune on one side and Judge Collier on the other side. No surprise there, in my opinion. Backing up Judge Collier is Bakari Swain, very talented redshirt freshman. I believe he's a redshirt. Yeah, redshirt freshman. Backing up O'Donnell Fortune is either Emory Floyd or David Spalding. Free safety, Nick Emanwari, talented junior. Very good player. He's an exceptional athlete, right? Behind him, you got David Busey, a freshman, and or Gerald Kilgore backing up O'Donnell Fortune. Jalen Kilgore's brother, who transferred in. The other safety, you got DQ Smith, and then Peyton Williams backing him up. I guess place kicker, we want to talk about that. Alex Herrera, he's going to be handling the place kicking duty. He's going to be kicking off. And then punting is going to be Kai Kroger. And like I said, kickoff return is going to be Juju and Nick Harbor. Excited to see that. See if Nick can get one and make an explosive play on special teams. Punt return, you got Juju McDowell back there, and then Gage Larberdan, the explosive wide receiver from Miami of Ohio that transferred in. But like I said, not really a whole lot of surprises there, in my opinion. Maybe a few, but I want to know y'all's opinion. I want y'all to get in the comments. Let me know. Depth. I mean, that's great to see. I mean, if y'all heard me read through some names, there was a lot more on there this year as far as depth than what it was last year headed into game one. And that's a testament to Coach Beamer and his staff bringing in key pieces, right? Key pieces at positions that we really need to stock the cupboard, I guess you could say. Excited for this game coming up Saturday. Like I said in one of my other videos, we're not going to get to see the full offensive playbook. We're not going to get to see everything that Dow Loggins and the staff has in plan, because you don't want to tip your hand to all these SEC schools right away. You don't want to put too much out there for Kentucky to get a feel on, get a read on. You just want to play offense enough to get this victory. Going up against Old Dominion, I don't see that being an issue, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow night in the preview game when me and my good buddy, if he joins me, the Gamecock Grind with Rooster Man, my buddy Rooster, he may join me. So y'all come hang out with us. Like I said, come hang out with us tomorrow night. Get active in the chat. And just if you have any questions, just bring them, and I'll do my best to answer them. We'll have a good time. We'll talk about it. Spend about 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. It just depends. You know, get talking about Gamecock football and just football in general. Time gets away from you and you lose track of it. We're also going to talk about other games, some other key matchups that's coming up this weekend, heading into week one. So make sure y'all are subscribed to this channel. Hit that like button, right? Get in the comments. Let me know y'all's thought on the depth chart. And, man, I can't wait for football season, man. It is here. And until next video, Gamecock Chuck, I'll see you guys around.